They say opposites attract.
Well, how about these opposites? Daddies and sons.
You're listening to Daddy and Son.
A podcast where we explore the dynamics of daddy and son relationships, multi-generational views,
and everything else in between.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, hon.
And Happy New Year to all you beautiful gays and beautiful bastards and beautiful tops that are listening.
And all-inclusive listeners.
And all-inclusive listeners. The trans, the bottoms, the twinks, the twunks, the theys, and the straights.
The hims and hers.
And yeah, we love you, the straights. Thank you for your support. Without you, because you are the majority. You are the ones leaving all the carbon footprint on this earth.
No. Let's not share shade with people right now. It's the new year.
It's the truth. They're leaving crotch gremlins, and they're taking up your resources, eating food.
You who fly more than anybody I know, there's a lot of carbon coming out of that place too.
I still bring out less carbon footprint than a diaper shitter baby. But I digress. We can't do this without.
We're not in the business of producing
my girlfriend
those.
Ksenia, who listens to this, who has 2 kids probably, and Vina. Shout out to you all. We love you, the straights. We couldn't do this without you. And just remember, anybody else in your life who may be homophobic, just remind them, you can't have gay people without straight people.
That's true. And you know what? Homophobic is kind of less of a problem now. It's still around, but it's way less than it was when I was your age.
Oh man. It is. But it's. I think with the rise of populism, hate is making a comeback.
Yeah, you got a point there.
There's
more of a need to keep preserving the boundaries that have been laid down and established.
Oh, absolutely.
Legal ones and ethical ones.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
How are you liking the raspberry tea?
About to try it. The rum cake is delicious. Unfortunately, we can't share that with our listeners.
So who makes? Careful, it's hot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sipping there, folks. It's very hot tea.
One of my favorite brands, Celestial Seasoning. Their tea is just so aromatic, fresh,
Celestial Seasoning,
and bold. Like the best teas on the market. Celestial Seasoning.
Where do you get those?
Any supermarket, and well, obviously not like a No Frills, but if you go to like a Loblaws or a Metro, you should be able to find it. Yeah,
I shop at both.
Yeah, so you'll definitely.
I know you don't go to No Frills, so that's
the best teas on the market, hands down.
Well, I'm going to keep my eye out for that, because you're right. The bigger, more expensive chains have more selection and usually have more choice, a little bit better quality stuff,
Well, as a lifelong capitalist and conservative.
Are you speaking for yourself again?
How are you feeling about the shelves? They're empty. Have you not noticed?
Not really. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been in stores today. They were packed.
I've noticed that there's a lot less things on the shelves. The other day, I went shopping for chicken, and 2 supermarkets in 2 separate parts of the city. And
well, you haven't been to Costco lately.
One was a Loblaws. No, I haven't been to Costco since January. Since Christmas. Sorry, I need a break from big crowds. I can't.
I was there the other day. There wasn't hardly anybody there.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Mind you, it was
the
a week after
moneying.
Christmas. The week after Christmas. Yeah, people are broke right now.
But I can't. When I think of Costco, I just think of chaos, and I can't.
I do not like chaotic situations either. I don't blame you.
Part of the debrief that I was having with Colston, shout out to Madre, who was here earlier,
Yes.
was, just how stressful
AKA Cole.
Yeah, AKA Cole. This Christmas was stressful. Just 2025 ending was stressful. Where the fuck did my 3 weeks holiday go?
No, I got to be honest with you. I found it a very relaxing, quiet time for the most part. Being able to catch up on a few people. Well, I don't have to put on wild parties. I wasn't staging a big event. I had 1 or 2 people over once in a while.
No, are you throwing shade?
I went down to Burlington for my family event on Christmas Day, and then I came here for a lovely evening for a few hours, and that was about it.
Yeah.
No,
it was a big bash.
I don't have the social life that my son has.
I was exhausted. I felt like I was going to an event every night.
Yeah, that's hard.
Like
that's hard.
I literally went back to work and I felt tired.
No, that's stupid.
I felt tired. As you take another bite, I'm so sorry I have to put you on the spot. Like, like those waitresses, like anytime you're at the restaurant, is always when you're putting food in your mouth, they come over. How were the first few bites? Just like that. Just like that. It's always when you have your mouth full of food, they're like, so how were the first few bites? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. They know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They know what they're fucking doing.
They're having a good time.
But, so who makes the best rum cake?
I have 2 friends who make the
best
rum cakes in the world.
You have to set the stage for the listeners.
Oh, is that my phone? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. There was a ding. No, it was on your
it's mine. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I would say they're a very, very close tie, but yours just edges out because of the sauce. The sauce is what makes that
adds
delicious.
A little bit of complexity. Mm-hmm. So you know what? I will tell you. It's a mint sauce, and the mint sauce is made with heavy cream, browned butter, and creme de menthe. And I brown my butter not just by itself, but with brown sugar, with muscovado, and that's how it gets that nice caramelly like texture.
You are a consummate baker and cooker.
And I feel like the fresh taste of the mint just really
delicious.
Heightens.
Where did you get the recipe? Is this a home? Did your mom do this? Is this where
my mom used to do it?
Yeah, you see, there you go.
But I kind of tweaked my recipe a little bit because my mom used to use condensed milk, which is more readily available and popular in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Because it's, heat, all of that stuff. I use heavy cream, but using the heavy cream and the browned butter rather than condensed milk allowed me more flexibility to add my secret ingredient, which is not the creme de menthe, but some...
You're going to tell people what it is?
and rum.
Oh, you will definitely has rum in it.
So it just adds that little punch. And it just warms when you feel it when you eat it. You feel a little warmth in your stomach. That's what you're going for. And my fruits were soaked for 2 years in brandy. Yeah,
no, I believe that. I mean, my friend Rico, same thing. He starts a year ahead of time.
Yeah, you have to do it a year ahead.
You got a year ahead of time. So, listener, if you hear me while we're talking, doing this, you know that I've taken another bite out of this delicious rum cake. So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, I have a few things that I want to discuss, get off the palate, but I want to, looking at the state of the world.
Well,
right
it's been
now,
a very eventful week.
And like I said, I feel like I haven't. Coming out of 2025, I was exhausted. Yeah. I really was exhausted between work and everything. Like, I was exhausted.
Well, I heard you talking about it when I came in this evening about how busy you've been.
Yeah,
you've started early and whatnot. I didn't.
Like I said, it must be nice to be retired. But
I'm not retired.
Allegedly,
I do have other work.
Allegedly. Or it must be nice to be a part-timer.
That's fair. Part-timer. What we're part-timing, I won't tell you.
As long as you're not a part-time top or a part-time daddy.
Part-time lover, dude. Remember that song in '85 by Do 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 do. By it'll come the blind musician. By
Stevie Wonder?
yes.
Okay. I was
Part-time
you said
lover.
It was a time because it's either talking about Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder, but
Stevie
given
Wonder. I
his
couldn't think of his
age bracket, it has to be Stevie.
Yeah,
Okay.
great song. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No. So coming off the I'm trying. I'm trying to know if I know that song. But
85. I remember it. It reminds me of driving between San Francisco and L.A. Actually going the other way.
That's a very long time to play one song.
Well, of course, there were other songs, but I think of that event and that time in my life when I hear that song. Because
Interesting.
I map songs that I've heard to different
You're really
memories.
good at that. You're really good at remembering what year a song came out, and that's a very that in itself is a skill. I don't know that many people who can say Thriller. What year?
83.
Wow.
But I can't remember if I brushed my teeth this morning.
It is crazy how you can do that. That is impressive.
Well, it comes in handy in business sometimes, except that I forget people's names. That's one thing about getting older. Somebody I dealt with 3 weeks ago, it'll take a few seconds. It's almost like the pathway, the road slows you down. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
It's weird. That's one thing where I am strong at. May not remember the years, but when I meet people,
You recall names?
I recall names.
That is a gift. I cannot do that.
I recall even my ex used to like say, okay, when we go to this event, I need you to be the one to remind me who is who.
That's why it's nice to have a partner.
Because I'm really good at that. Like, but my trick is when I meet someone, I always repeat their name,
Yes, that's a good idea.
and then I will ask them, like, especially if it's a name that I know, like it's not like a John or a Mary.
Yeah.
I'll be like, where's that from? And I'll be like, And I try it on like I'm trying on clothing. And I'll say like, Joaquim. And then I'll be like, okay, Joaquim. That is a really that's a really good name. And that's Joaquim from Egypt.
And you associate the name with a place or something else.
Correct.
So that's the
So
secret.
by the end of the conversation, I've repeated that person's name at least 10 times.
Now, do you write it down when you get home or
No.
put it in your contact? Okay.
No, but the process of repeating that person's name so many times, it's not just like, oh, hi, you're Norman, nice to meet you, shake hands, and you never repeat their name. I repeat their name so many times in that one conversation that by the time I've left the conversation, I still remember them once I see them again.
Well, if you do, that's a gift. That's a gift. I don't. You know, I did something. Speaking of remembering names, I did something between the holidays, the two. Between Christmas and New Year's. I do it every year. I go through my iPad and phone, and I X out all the dumbass pictures that I don't need, and it's usually half of what I had accumulated. And I go through. This year, I went through all my iMessages that went back 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
You need to go back to apathy, honey. We discussed that.
But you know what? I can't remember most of these people.
I do a culling. I call it the Great Culling every single year. And on New Year's, I go through my contact list, and if it's somebody who I haven't spoken to in at least 3 to 6 months, I delete their contact. I don't block them, but I delete their contact. That way, if they message me out of nowhere, usually, birthdays, they get reminded by Facebook or whatever. I know it's not somebody that is of great importance or pertinence because or if somebody just messaged me out of nowhere, which happens all the time, guys will message me and say, hey, you want to hook up or whatever. And it's like somebody I haven't spoken to or hooked up with in like 3-4 years ago.
Do you get those kind of messages?
Oh, absolutely.
So
I got one this week.
So they've kept you in their contact list, but when you get there, it's just a number.
Because it's just a number because the name is no longer there.
Yeah. Do you respond to it?
Absolutely not, because it's not somebody who deserves access to me.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make. So anyway, this is a very eventful. This is our first podcast of the new year.
First podcast for the new year.
Yes.
So, I mean,
First podcast since Mr.
We made it through 2025. Let's start there.
And first Saturday night, the Maduro is in a New York State prison.
Let me tell you.
Can you believe this week has been... This new year we've had a whole year in 1 week.
I'm exhausted already. I ended 2025 exhausted and started 2026 exhausted. It's not even been the first 10 days of the year. Not even 10 days.
I know.
And so much has happened. Nigeria got bombed. Venezuela got bombed. Their president got, let's just call it what it is. Kidnapped.
Yeah, kidnapped.
Abducted.
But there ain't going to be no ransom for him, honey.
And, it's that's why it's better to say abducted than kidnapped. Because there's no, or maybe, because the ransom technically would be that the resources. I'm holding your president hostage. Because they have asked the current his vice president, who is now sitting as the current leader, has acknowledged that this was done illegally and they want back their president. But Venezuela has also not declared war.
Well, she is not in a position to declare war. She has to say, "Let's have him back." But she's probably, hey, I don't mind this job myself. Hey, but we haven't seen the end of this. This is
no.
We're gonna have this is going to be a lot of fun. And I think when you spoke to me the other day and said we want to talk about U.S. and listen,
girl,
U.S. politics is fun. It's the best entertainment.
While I'm sitting down here with my up here, because we the North. When I'm sitting up here with my popcorn, I must admit, and you probably share different stance because you and I are just always, we agree on things that at times that really shock me when we agree on things, but oftentimes we're very much at odds on certain things, and I know we're going to be at odds at this.
Okay, let's hear it.
This makes me worried that him saying that Canada must be the 51st state, seeing that he's made this move in the dead of night, 3 a.m., while everybody's asleep, it worries me. Listen. It worries me. And now that he's sent Jared Kushner and his envoys over to Greenland to do talks
to shovel snow?
If it were only that.
Look, let me interrupt you. When he said, I want to go to Iran, I want to go to Mexico, I want to go to Colombia, I want to do this, I thought, I don't hear Canada on that list. Because I agree with you. Why weren't we on that list?
But
we already are.
Because we already are on the hit list, honey.
Exactly.
We already are on the hit list.
I agree with you. It's not going to happen, but I know it's on the list.
It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uneasy. And to anybody in Canada that's in our government right now who is sitting down, standing by idly and watching this and not putting together contingency plans or continuity plans or succession plans or battle plans if necessary, are kidding themselves.
I would love to know.
Foolish.
That is not... I don't totally disagree with that. I think this is a time...
I spoke to someone and they said it's far-fetched. I don't think it is.
No, it's not. The one good piece of news is Mr. Trump has about 10 more months to play I'm King of the World. And then there's going to be a midterm election. He's going to lose the House. He's probably going to lose the Senate. And at that point, he will be very severely constrained by a lot of the stuff he wants to do.
No, let me hold my hand. Let me hold your hand.
Thank you.
Let me hold your hand gently.
Oh.
When I tell you, you're being delusional.
Oh, no, here we go. Oh, dear. Okay.
Trump ain't going nowhere.
Well, he's not going anywhere.
The people in his cabinet ain't going nowhere. And I'll tell you why they're not going to go nowhere. And they're going to do everything in their power, legally and illegally, to not go anywhere. Because after this, if Trump goes out of office, he's fine. The Supreme Court has seen to it that any crimes that he does, he can't be convicted as a sitting president.
No, but he can be impeached. And with a Democratic House and a Democratic Senate, guess what? He predicted He's going to be impeached.
And okay,
And what?
impeachment.
And
And
what?
what?
You think he's going to stay in the White House?
And what? He ain't going nowhere.
Well-
and first of all, even with an impeachment, let's just forget about impeachment. The other girl is, why do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene has decided, wait, is my pension vested yet? Is it vested yet? Is it vested yet? Oh, by the way, America first. Why do you think some of the girlies are walking away? They are scared of jail time. He may be protected, but they're not. It's in their vested interest to make sure that there always is a Republican president. That way they can get pardoned.
Well, I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene is worried about being pardoned. She left. Actually, she was interviewed on NBC today.
I know
Press
she's
last
going.
week.
She's
Did you
going
see
on
it?
a whole hobo tour.
It was a great interview. I thought, has she switched over to the Democrats?
No, she's not.
But she
wouldn't-
sounded like it.
I wouldn't
She's had a
trust
turn-
her as long as my cock is when it's hard. I would not trust her. And I wouldn't even trust her as far as I can throw her. And I haven't been to the gym all year, so not very far.
8 days, big thrill.
So,
Yeah.
so not very far. I don't trust her.
Well, Mr. Trump's star is starting to wane. Let's put it that way.
Like I said, whether it is Trump or not, it is in their vested interest to make sure that there's always a Republican in the office, because there's a reckoning coming, Norm. There's a reckoning. And these girls know that jail time is involved. It is.
For the Republicans.
It is.
Well, maybe.
Yes. Between,
if they've done
between
something
war
illegal,
crimes,
yes.
between war crimes abroad, between
Who are you talking about specifically?
the whole Republican cabinet, Pete Hegseth, take your pick.
I think
Kristi Noem, take your pick. Carlin Levitt, take your pick. Any of the people who work in the Trump administration right now.
Levitt
Whether
is
it's because of misinformation or it's ICE blatantly shooting people in the face.
well, that'll be taken care of by local law enforcement.
Or abduct. But haven't you heard? The FBI is blocking the investigation of the Minnesotan police. They're blocking it.
That isn't going to stop the prosecutor from pressing charges.
Yeah, but if the DOJ throws it out, then it's thrown out. And Trump DOJ will. Right?
There's no statute of limitations on a murder charge.
So, again, that's why it's in their vested interest to make sure that they have a Republican person in office.
Well, you're assuming a Republican would take the stance that they should be.
No, I
pardoned.
think they will, because
There may be. I think there's some
they're in
Republicans.
too deep.
No, but there's some Republicans that totally disagree with the approach that the MAGA Republicans, the Trump Republicans, are taking running the country.
They're far and few apart.
Which makes you asked me the other day, what's going on in the U.S. or I forget how you put it. It's division. There's so much division in the United States right now.
There is a civil war. It
makes for great drama.
But the civil war is it's a ground for power. It's not because they're not falling in line.
I guess all wars.
No. Don't misunderstand, Norm.
All wars are about power.
Don't misunderstand. And you know what? When I grow up, I hope to
What would you like to be?
I hope to have as much optimism as you do.
Well, I'm only.
In fact, you know what? That's my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution for 2026 is to have your level of optimism. Or Delulu, whichever one you want to call it.
Delulu, that's a new word.
Whichever one you want to call
No,
it. I love your optimism.
No,
really.
what I'm saying is that the forces that are going to limit Trump and are growing, not only within the Republican Party, but also the electoral process. Hopefully, it will be legal, and the Democrats are already taking steps.
Yes, but the key word there is hopefully.
Well, they are beginning to organize locally to make sure it is. It started. I saw an interview the other day about that, and I thought they actually have to consciously think about making sure the election is legal. Like, this is what's going on down there.
Well,
You know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing about the Democratic Party versus Republican Party. And this is why I say, they may be squabbling amongst themselves for power because Trump's health is not, and I think they're not letting on as much as to how Trump is.
There's my Trump bruise.
I see what you did there. They're not letting on as much. They're not letting on as much as to how sickly or poorly Trump is. But I do believe he's doing poorly, health-wise. And Trump, I think people know, and that's where you're seeing this division. Obviously, there are other things like the Nick Fuentes having a space in the Republican Party while being openly anti-Semitic and openly racist, and openly white nationalist. But separate and apart from that, they are in accord. Don't think for a second these fools. It's these grifters will not circle back and be friends again tomorrow morning.
I'm not so sure about that.
The Democrat, I am.
Well, I
am sure, but you don't have to be. I have enough certainty for the both of us.
Well, I watch interviews with certain Republican congressmen and senators, particularly, that are aghast at what's going on. Now, they're few and far between that'll come out and speak. But the people, his popularity right now is low.
When there's money on the table, nobody will say no. You know what?
That's a very cynical view of politics.
What, Michelle Williams says, when Jesus say yes, nobody can't say no. If you're a Republican, when money says yes, nobody can't say no.
Do you know what's interesting? We spend way more time. We're Canadians. We live in Canada. We spend way more time talking about our southern neighbors and what's going on.
Are you kidding me?
Why do you think that is?
I'm threatened.
You feel threatened?
Yes.
I don't feel threatened.
I just said I'd feel uneasy. I don't know how you're able to just sit
here's
here.
How. I grew up in a border town.
I think it's age.
Well,
it's age.
I grew up in a border town. We used to go across the river. We didn't need passports. I don't think I ever showed my driver's license until about 2002. I mean, I look at the United States as a friendly neighbor. They're going through it's aberrational right now. That's a big word. It means it doesn't usually happen that way. I think that most Americans are fed up. I mean, the Democrats that I talked to over the holidays are furious at what's going on. They want their country back. And let's pray to God in heaven that some order and sensibility comes to their leadership in the next couple of years. Because otherwise, you're right. Canada better watch its butt. Because we've got a guy down there, we've got things they want. The most important of which is, guess what? Water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now in California, water's not a problem. But it's going to be in the Colorado-Nevada basin where they are running out of water from that river. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of critical minerals here in Canada.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
between water, nickel, natural gas, you name it. Mm-hmm. Go on.
And if Trump doesn't get Greenland, he may be going for Baffin Island next.
This is why I keep, even you saying that, I remember the good old days. Let us not forget, Greenland is a territory of Denmark.
I agree, yeah.
Who is a part of NATO. If he's willingly able to openly declare that he will take that country by sail or by force, what is stopping him? And already Venezuela was taken. And yes, Nicolas Maduro was...
Maduro was taken. Venezuela wasn't taken.
When they asked Steve Miller, who runs the Venezuela right now, what did he say? What did he say?
He said probably we did, but they don't run it.
He said the United States run Venezuela.
He doesn't run Venezuela any more than I manage the Loblaws across the street. I mean, that's baloney. They have leverage. They have some influence. But they're not running the show. That's going to be a gong show down there for a while.
Norm, when I grow up, I really want your level of optimism.
It's
I'm
not
not even
optimism.
joking.
It's not optimism. Trying to be realistic.
But you're not. You're looking at reality in the face.
Well, you're looking at it from your perspective as a son with less experience in life. I'm looking at it from a different perspective, and that's what makes this dialogue interesting, doesn't it?
Seeing? You know what I'm seeing?
What?
I'm seeing world leaders look at this happen, and they say, "Oh, you know what? He was a tyrant. He was a dictator. Da 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 da. This is unprecedented, but we're not going to step in." You know who else is a tyrant?
Who?
And he's a menace to his people. And he tried to steal an election. And
I know who you're going to say.
who?
Netanyahu.
Oh, I was going to say Putin.
Well,
But
for sure, Putin. Comrade,
I mean,
tried to steal election. Of course, there was no election.
all the things I just said, it could have easily been Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping.
Who our prime minister is going to meet next week.
It could have easily been Bibi, who's going through corruption charges for the same exact reason.
Election, yep.
It could have been Putin. It could have been Trump.
Colombia's.
Let's not forget we're just what 3 days away from the January 6th. Lest we forget.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry, my ears are hurting. Yeah. So what?
so it could have been anybody.
There are tyrants in the world, and we know Trump likes tyrants more than regular Democrats.
What is to say the British shouldn't team up with the rest of NATO and Canada and then kidnap Trump? Since we're going there.
Well, let's not get too far off the discussion about what comes next. And I think that's what's going to be fascinating. But can we flip for a minute to Canada? Because since we don't talk about our own country very much, I'm very happy to see our prime minister getting out on the road and talking to countries that we pissed off for various reasons over the last few years.
You know what? I'm going to say first of all, I have to acknowledge that you, as a conservative, a registered conservative,
I'm not a registered. They keep sending me fundraising letters, and I delete them.
But you've donated from time to time, and I must say that I'm really proud of you for giving Caesar their due. Give on Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And
I just said he's doing a good job.
But he is, and a lot of conservatives would not admit it.
Well, I think a lot of them do, right? Quietly.
And very quietly, and a lot of them are switching sides.
What we need to do more of, though, we've got a couple big problems in this country. One is we're too gentle in some cases with criminals and people that violate our laws. And number two, we've got to solve the Indigenous issue because that is going to be a big obstacle to developing our resources. Mm-hmm. And just for the benefit of people that may not know this, there's a court case in BC recently that ruled in favor of property rights in I'm not going to get this right, but it basically said, if you own that property, you don't own it anymore. You're sitting on a house that the title deed means nothing. It belongs to this First Nation over here. And that's going to turn everything upside down. I don't have all the details on that, and I don't want to go into it now, but those are our two big issues. And if we can get resources out of the ground and start exporting and taking advantage of what we got, I think we're going to...
There's a caveat to that, though.
Yep.
There's a caveat to that. I know the case that you're talking about. The caveat to that is if they can prove that they have ancestors who have been buried on that land from before Confederacy. And the case in which the couple in BC that had their home and they bought the land and they built their home on it, that case in question, they did find the remains of Indigenous people on that land. And that is the case that the indigenous people are leaning on. Now, my
Okay.
thing is people discover dead people all the time. Just down on Dundas. Remember when they were digging up for that condo and they found the body of the dead man.
Oh, really?
In the concrete when they were digging up for the garage. Like people, we found
That was a mafia hit, remember?
maybe something like it. What should we do? The family of that person say, "Oh, this is our land now because he was buried there." No.
Yeah.
It's giving that, and
and
this
that's what we got to fix.
that we have to fix. And I think we need to find a way through truth and reconciliation to strike a reasonable
Balance.
with the indigenous community, because you are the first people, but you're not by yourself anymore. And a part of your covenant is with the crown is to share this land, which means that sharing its resources.
That's true.
And we have to do so in a way that's modern and a way that brings wealth and resources to the country.
Yeah.
Now, if they want
That's a good way to put it. I like the way you put that.
Yeah, and if they want to know, then argue, okay, well, if we do this, then all the corporations involved have to be Canadian, the money has to go back to the Canadian people, there's a different conversation, because there's that other part of the conversation as well, which is who are the major investors in the pipeline project.
And you and I know there are going to be some foreign investors in it.
A lot of them are foreign investors. One of the major investors is Blackstone, who, for all intents and purposes, own 90% of the retail market in America. They're like the Fairview of Canada.
Okay.
Right? Shout out to my friend Max, her son works for Blackstone. But I feel like we need to then now have a discussion of, is this something that we can afford ourselves? How are we going to move forward? Who are going to be the investors? Are we going to nationalize it like Venezuela nationalized their oil? There needs to be further discussion, but we need to solve this problem, as you've said, first, so that we can move on.
Yeah. Well, I hope there's not ever going to be nationalized. We nationalized an oil company back in the 70s.
What?
Sunoco.
Oh, I thought you meant
became Petro-Canada. Petro-Canada?
Yeah.
That was
I was told by Jason that Petro-Can means Pierre something Trudeau cons.
Well, it was during Trudeau's time that happened.
Rips off Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Pierre something Trudeau rips off. What is his middle name? What's the East?
Elliott.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau rips off Canada.
Oh, that's a good one. I never heard that.
I was like, why? Why do you say that? And it's like, Petro-Can they ended up selling it after like a while, blah, blah, blah. And the Trudeaus were involved in getting their kickbacks, I'm like, interesting. The more you know, I didn't know. But
I worked on the Hill in those days. I remember I used to see Trudeau. Senior. Mm-hmm. Not up close. Once or twice up close.
For the listeners, we have to be very specific.
Yes. Trudeau the senior.
The senior. I just think it's one of those things where there needs to be further discussions. We need to have the right people at the table, and the right minds to come up with.
Should they give you a call?
You know what? I think I'd be really good at this kind of job. I really do.
You've got a legal mind. You know what I mean? You've got a very you've got a good mind for detail and process and order. You need to.
I think I would be really good on a team.
Yeah.
That handles this form of local and international relationship.
Well, yeah, this is a resolving conflict challenge, isn't it? It's legal. Some of it's cultural.
Yeah.
But I think most of the First Nations in Canada want what's good for Canada.
Correct.
But they want what's good for them too, which I understand. Don't we all?
Don't we all? Yes.
And by the way, I want to share something before we leave this. I was reading about a public poll. It was done in late November, early December. asking Canadians' views of their own personal situation in the country. And the gist of it was most Canadians generally are fairly optimistic about their own personal situation. Some varies between provinces, but they're less optimistic about the country. Interesting. I got it somewhere here on my phone. I'll look for it later. But
you know what? I think I'll put myself in that bracket.
Of just that of that as well.
I think I'll be okay. I personally think I would me as an individual.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
That was the gist of this.
I think whatever is coming down the pipeline, I think I have the resources, both knowledge, and physical, otherwise, to weather it out.
And you've got a great job. You've got great expertise. I see you being very successful.
But like I said earlier, my worry is for the country.
Okay. And for reasons you went on to in detail, certainly about the external threats.
Correct. We have internal threats too. Don't get me wrong.
Well, we need to be more productive. We need to generate wealth better.
We have internal threats from different corners, both from areas in our government that we're lacking, even in spaces like Carney does well, but in their areas that I do think that he's dropped the ball, like in renewables, as an example. Part of the reason why, once upon a time, China used to be the butt of the joke, that they were the great polluters of the world. Mm-hmm. But now China has doubled, even through tariffs, they have doubled their GDP last year. Record. Even though they have lost US as a primary customer, they have divested. That's something that China is good at that we are not.
Absolutely.
We've struggled with.
Oh yeah, we got cozy. Trump's been good for us that way,
and
he's kicking our butt.
They've gotten their emissions way down.
Yeah,
way down in a way that is.
But they still pollute like hell.
Is not like they used to.
Correct.
Not like they used to.
And they're also the leading manufacturer of solar panels.
China has invested so much in renewables and AI in a way that it has benefited manufacturing, jobs, and their people. In a way
China's fascinating. I agree with you. China's
in a way
fascinating.
that we haven't.
Yep.
In fact, we've dropped the ball.
We're supposed to disagree on more stuff. Why are we agreeing on this?
And this is why I'm like, yes, oil is important, natural gas is important, but we still have to lean in on renewables. At the end of the day, all the things that are required for technological advancement requires energy. And if we are putting all our baskets into oil or into natural gas, we remain short, because that in itself is a finite resource. Yeah. We remain short, right? When we look at all the GPUs that are required by data centers, right now,
we're putting a
and
huge
I know this
demand
because
on our
of my
electricity.
job, it costs literally half on the dollar. It costs 50 cents on the dollar to power a data center in China than it does in Canada or the US.
Because they've used renewables more?
Because they have invested so heavily in renewables.
Okay. What's your source? Would you remember your source for that, or where did you? I mean, that sounds credible. I just wondered where you might have seen it.
The New York Times has a piece on it.
Okay.
And one of the things that and the BBC also did a special on it as well back in December. One of the things that
You're liking traditional media now, I see. I'm glad to see Son is taking off, following in some good habits that Grandpa's been doing.
Match. As the girls would say. One of the
fair enough. That's good.
One of the things that we know that we need to power GPUs and high-power data centers, we need fresh water, which we're taking away from communities. We need heavy amounts of electricity, which we're taking away from communities. That's why gas prices in Georgia is so freaking high.
Or hydro prices in mid-Atlantic states in the U.S. is very high.
In the U.S.,
in the
correct.
D.C., Northern Virginia, apparently, they're way up now.
And And we also need a lot of manpower. And the
robot
issue
power.
here is we are understaffed and under-resourced because we don't have people trained to do the things. That's why the U.S. as an example had to get those people from Korea to come in, the same people that they ended up deporting.
Yes,
Right.
that was definitely a welcome mat for that
Because
group.
they don't have we don't train people here to do the things that are necessary to evolve us as a community, as a society.
And the Americans are falling behind a bit because Trump has kicked out
It's
some of
not
these
just
projects.
America. Canada has fallen behind too.
I don't even think we were in the game in some respects.
We are getting into the negatives because we've become stagnant as a society. And again, and I've always said this, we need to do more investment in our people, specifically our young people, because it's not you and me. And I guess I'm in my 30s, but I'm throwing myself in that bracket. It's not you and me that is going to be inheriting.
We need to invest more in anything that increases our productivity, which will increase our wealth, which will increase our ability to support ourselves.
And that is why we are short-sighted on dropping the balls on renewables. Because we can't advance ourselves in technology if we don't have the resources to power it. So it's a balancing act, and that's the one criticism that I have of Carney. That's the one criticism that I have of him.
And he got rid of
now.
his environmental hawk from cabinet.
Yeah. For
which I was frankly glad to see him go because he was too much over the thing.
He was, and again, getting rid of.
What was his name again?
This is I can't remember what it says. Mike.
It ended in EAULT, I remember, or EAU. I forgot his name. But did he go to the NDP or did he quit? I forgot.
He just quit.
Okay. How we forget easily. See what I mean by names? I can't remember a name. Let me just get the rest of this cake here.
Guilbault.
Steve Guilbault.
And that's
Monsieur Guilbault, est-ce que tu...
that is a very French name, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I find problems with, right? I don't think he was someone who was worth getting off the team. Granted, he quit, right? But here's the thing: you need people like that.
He was kicked out of cabinet.
You technically he quit, but
no, but he was not. Wasn't he dropped from cabinet, or was he?
No, he had quit. He
quit cabinet because he could see the direction of things.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct. He was the one who resigned.
All right.
My thing is, you need people like that because what you don't want to be surrounded with or by is yes men. We don't need another Trump. And even the greatest minds become corrupted when everyone agrees with them.
Yeah, there's a term we learn in business school. It's called groupthink.
Huh?
Groupthink.
Okay.
When everybody starts to just agree with everybody else about what's going on, and there's no independent thinking and no saying, wait a minute, I don't agree with that.
You need pushback for analytical thinking. Granted, you have to be an analytical thinker to get there. And this is shade at Trump.
And then you have to be an analytical speaker and writer.
Correct. To deliver.
Yeah.
And
you have to have the freedom
to articulate
to be able to articulate it. And people say, yeah, Joe, that makes sense. Let's talk about that. Right now in Trump land in the United States, you don't have that.
I think that's where that's kind of where I'm worried about the direction of the Carney government.
I don't know enough about it right now. I just don't understand enough about it.
That is my fear. That is the only fear. But one thing I do like about Carney, he is not he's not a celebrity politician. You're not seeing him all the time out in the news. That's like giving press conference just for the sake of giving press conferences.
And you're not seeing him in Canada much either.
He's working.
He's on a plane all the time.
He's working, and I appreciate that. But some of the moves that he makes and the balls that he's dropped, I think they are poor decisions. I wish someone in his party and in his cabinet or who is in his camp, in his ear, would tell him that, hey, you're dropping the ball. And, you know, when you look at the staffers on these teams, all the staffers, they're usually very young, brilliant people.
Yeah, but he's got some people around him that are giving him the straight goods too.
Yes.
I don't know who they are, but he's been around in business long enough to know he needs those kind of people.
But I don't want him to end up leaving a legacy like he left in the UK after running the National Bank over there. He started off great. And I see me, I'm seeing a slow decline. And he's doing great stuff, but I'm seeing a slow decline.
What was the reason? He didn't listen to people?
He's not listening. Yeah. And I think he needs to be a little bit more open.
Yeah, I've heard that criticism.
And the way in he listens and in the way in which we as a country divest. But, you know, that's that. With that being said, what is your 2026 prediction? I mean, one of my predictions, I asked you this last year the last podcast, what your prediction was. And I said, I predict that by the end of 2026, we are going to go into either a war in the West or the U.S. is going to go to civil war. But either way, war is imminent. And already, I feel like my prediction is coming true. And we aren't even 10 days into 2026.
Which prediction? The one about the war in the West or the civil war in the United States?
Both.
Yeah, to some extent, that's not a bad prediction.
So
I think I forget what I predicted.
Do you want to adjust any of your predictions? Do you have any new predictions you'd like to add or like to change?
Since I can't remember what it is that I predicted, and we're not going to bother to go back and listen to them, I think I think Trump will not be the same big shot a year from now that he is right now. I think that he will be, and I just hope Canada gets its act together. So I'd like to say this is going to be the year that we start to get our act together. I don't know if that's not much of a prediction. But
so far, like I said, Canada looks like it's chilling. Again, it's hard to say because Carney isn't, he's
the Canadians are resilient. The fact that you feel positive, just put that all around the country. We can do it.
Yes, but I feel positive for me as an individual.
But that's
I don't know how I feel
about
Canada as a country itself.
But if we all have that attitude and we all work towards it, the country is going to do better than it has done, and it needs to. We know we need to pick up, as my mother used to say, pull up your socks. We know we need to pull up our socks. Trump is making us do that.
I like that. I like that. And I think that's a more liberal way of saying pull yourself up by the bootstrap.
Yeah, same.
No, it's not. It's not, because you can't pull yourself up by the bootstrap. It's impossible. That's insulting to people. But pull up your socks. That's more gentler. That's like a nanny saying, "You can do it. I believe in you."
Okay,
pull up your socks. I like that term more.
Well, thanks, Mom. That's a credit to my late mom. But yeah, we need to get our shit together a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hate that I'm saying this, but we need to be more like China. I hate that I'm saying this, but we need.
They're disciplined. Now, they've got the luxury, though, of having a political system, which makes it a little easier to do that.
As my friend...
But in a way, you're right. I agree with you.
And I love him. As I love him so much. As Lewis always says, communism has its benefits. He always says that. I always giggle. It's like, communism has its benefits. It has its benefits. Honey, when I tell you, 2026, I'm exhausted and it's only 9 days in. Whew, I can't even wait to see what the end of Q1 is going to bring. And
listen, son, you have a Christmas tree. You have a Christmas tree to take down tonight.
I do. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. That's business talk for the quarters of the year. I can't wait for the end of Q1. Whew.
Yes.
When I tell you,
it'll come quickly. Time passes by real fast. Trust me.
2025 went by so quick.
Yep.
It was such an eventful year. It really was. It really was. And take that as you will. It could have been a bad year for you or a good year for you if you're, if you invest in the stock market. It could have been a good year for you. But and that is only for a certain class of people.
True.
That is only for a certain class of people, because for people who can't afford to invest in the stock market, the year just got worse and progressively for them. Dramatically so.
That is a whole nother topic, and you're right. There is a lot of struggling going on, and I'm very blessed. I did wonderfully on the stock market. I basically, all the money I'm going to need in the coming year, I made on the stock market.
Mm-hmm. It was a good year if you were in a different class, right?
But I started.
And I don't even say tax bracket. I say different class because
I started 45 years ago. I had that advantage.
Like I said, if you're in a different class, like if you were in a different group demographic of people, you were set, right? But at the end of the day, it was still eventful.
In many ways.
In many aspects, in many ways, in many caveats. 2025 was eventful. 2026, I say grab onto your tidy whities, hold on to your underwear. We're good.
I think mine are blue today, but what color are mine? Oh, they're blue. Well,
they're blue. Yeah. They're gonna be
Tory blue.
I don't know. That looks like a bit. That looks a little bit gray to me, honey.
It's a washed out blue.
Oh, it's a washed out. Oh, it's been through the. What this is? Bring through the ringer.
It's been recycled.
It's been through the cycle.
You should be happy about that. Recycled.
It's been through the cycle. I'm anxious about 2026. I'm worried for Canada as a country. I'm anxious for us, and I really do think that our government needs to do a little bit more. In normal times, this would have been A+, but these aren't normal times.
No.
These aren't normal times.
Well, in addition to our predictions, we should talk about maybe resolutions. Somebody asked me in church the other day, what's your New Year's resolution?
It's ironic.
And I said, they're the same as last year.
I kid you not. Look at my notes. What does this say? New Year's resolution.
Oh, there you go.
I kid you not.
I picked up.
How are you get out my head.
Well,
you fucker. Get out my head.
Listen, daddy and son, there's some commonality here. We've known each other for over 10.
I don't know where that happened. Like just this technical.
Hopefully, it wasn't very long ago.
Yeah, but yes, we were going into New Year's resolutions, like wrapping up with New Year's resolutions. What is your resolution? You said somebody at church asked you.
Well, I smart-assed. They just said, tell your neighbor when you say good morning, what are your New Year's resolutions? Ask your neighbor what your New Year's resolution is. Somebody said, what's your New Year's resolution?
I didn't know you were going to a Baptist church now.
No, it was an Anglican church. And I said, my New Year's resolution this year was the same as last year. That's all I said.
Because you're a Baptist church that always said, turn to your neighbor.
Well, we do that in the Anglican church before we sit down. We greet each other.
That's a lot of spirit.
Well, we have a very spirit-filled, energy-filled, Christ-filled church.
Interesting. Okay.
It's good to say hello to people, isn't it?
I guess.
When I was here at your party a few weeks ago, I had that beautiful grape juice.
The kosher grape juice.
Oh, it was delicious. It was like I felt like it was being at a Baptist church during Holy Communion.
I said to Jason that it kind of feels like Jewish people have been black people at a different time. Black people, we love our grape juice. And this is the best grape juice I've ever had.
It was delicious.
Not to get racial, but fucking delicious. Hell, that was good.
Where does it go?
That felt like communion grape juice. I'm like, is this why you bitches have been over here drinking this whole time? Maybe I should be Jewish.
Well, but do I have to go to Bathurst and Lawrence to get some?
Well, we already know what my New Year's resolution is. My New Year's resolution is to be as optimistic as you, Daddy.
Oh, okay. I'll take that one. That
is my New Year's resolution. That's it. That's all. If I'm as optimistic as you, the world is my oyster. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for listening to today's episode. If you've made it all the way to the end, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is at Daddy and Son. That's the @ symbol. Daddy and Son Podcast. Remember, we are now available on iHeartRadio, so go download the free iHeartRadio app and support the show. And if you have any questions for our daddy, or for me too, but most of it daddy, because wisdom, send them over to daddyandsonpodcast@gmail.com. That is DADDYANDSON podcast@gmail.com. Until next time, Daddy, what do you want them to know?
Daddies, be kind to your sons.
And sons, be good to your daddies.